Okay, remember we are going to talk about domain and range in this section on square roots and cube roots. Your domain is all your x values on the graph, and your range is all of your y values. And remember, I'll label it dx and ry. Okay, so we're going to look at some of the graphs that we did in some of our previous, both of my previous videos. So first I'm going to look at a graph, and let's say my start point, we're going to put a start point here. And I'm just going to put some points here. We're going to do something like this, and it curves like this. So first, tell me, is this a square root or a cube root? And you tell me, pause the video. Hopefully you're going to say that this is a square root. So we know that's a square root. So we're going to look at our domain and our range of a square root. So this is a square root because of the way it looks, right? And we're just going to get better and better at understanding that. So my domain are all my x values. Well, your x values and everything for your domain and range here starts from your start point. So my start point is 0, 0. So my domain is all of my x values. So remember, there's points all along this line, this curve, right? And so my domain starts at 0. So it is a bracket. So make sure you draw a bracket, not a parenthesis, at 0. Then it goes and goes and goes and goes on and on and on until positive infinity, right? Positive infinity. That's really bad. I'm working on that. Then your range values, well, it also comes from your start point. It is at 0. And then remember, there's points all along here, and that range value, that y value, is also going up. So that is also then positive infinity. Okay, that's infinity symbol. I know it doesn't look very good, but that's what that is. Okay, I'll erase this guy. Try to do that a little better here. Okay, so your domain and your range come from your start point. So let's look at another graph. Let's say, let's put my start point over here. And we have this, and then it goes up here. We'll make it go out more here. So it kind of curves like this. So we know that this is a square root, right? Square root symbol. And because of how it stops, because you cannot have negatives underneath your square root, right? So my domain, again, we're going to look at my start point. My start point is -2, 1. So my domain and my range. So my domain is here at my x value. And so it starts at -2. And then it continues to go on to positive infinity. And then my range is my y value. Well, it starts at 1 and it goes on to positive infinity as well. Okay, so let's look at if our graph is a negative rate of change. So let's do this. We'll put some points here. And I don't know, I'm going to put my point here. And then it's going to go, oops, here, and then it'll go here. So it's going to curve this way. Okay, so my domain and my range. So we're going to find our start point. We know this is a square root because of the way it looks. My start point is -1, -1. My x, my y. So I know my domain is going to start at -1. We know our range is also going to start at -1. So at least get to this point, and then we're going to look at writing it. Okay, so I know my x values, they go to the right. They always have to go to the right of that. So I know that's going to become positive infinity, right? Okay, now let's look at our range. What is happening with our range? Remember, that means our y values that are all along this graph, they are going down. So it's not positive infinity, it's actually negative infinity. So now it would be negative infinity to -1. And then now we have to be careful because we can't have our bracket at our negative infinity, right? We have to have our parenthesis. So when my rate of change is negative, so what that means is if you have one, I think today, we have a negative, like the slope, right? That rate of change is a negative slope. I'm going to use that word in parentheses because it's a rate of change here because it's not a constant slope of 1 or negative or whatever. And then we have how this would have started. Well, it was a -1, so x plus 1 here, right? And then it was also a -1 on the outside. So it would have started, this would have been your start point. X is -1, -1 with a negative slope. Obviously, this point may not be exactly right, but I just kind of went with that. All right.